Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We are going to have a session with Mr. Zishan Tanveer, who is currently working as Manager Service Delivery with Airbus USA. Zishan Saab is currently working from last 3 years with Airbus. So he would be sharing his experiences and kind of practical knowledge, which we are currently lacking, as we are very good at theory, but we might be lacking some aspects which are existing in practical, but are not being covered by the theoretical side. So Mr. Zishan Tanveer would be introducing himself and then he would be conducting the session. So it is requested that I'm going to share a link with you in the chat. So you are requested that you should share your contact information over there. It would be regarding this session. And kindly cooperate and keep yourself muted. So when we would be on the portion, when we would be taking questions and answers, then you would be freely getting with the guest. So kindly mute yourself, everyone. Zishan sir, you may please proceed, sir.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. मेरा नाम ज़िशान तनवीर है और मैं काफ़ी I was an immigrant for I came to United States in 2006 और उसके बाद मैं मैंने अपने businesses किए, studies की, and then I came to join Airbus like 3 years ago. लेकिन मेरे सारे experiences और everything जो मेरा practical experience है, जिसमें मैंने started from selling meat to opening a restaurant to sell stuff to other people, and finally I'm working as a service delivery manager in Airbus US. इस experience को मैं आप सबके साथ share करना चाहता हूँ. I would like to share it with you all. That's the purpose of this interaction with you. So let's go to the next screen. Service delivery life cycle is basically called SDLC.
Zishan sir, we are unable to see your screen. Kindly share it, please.
Oh, just give me 1 minute. So this is the agenda of the meeting today. I already introduced myself. I'm sorry, we did not have the screen with us. So introduction to SDLC. SDLC is basically, ये जो term है SDLC, इसका मतलब है Service Delivery Life Cycle. ये term ली गई है ITIL की in dictionary से, which is Information Technology Infrastructure Library. तो basically ये IT का concept ये IT का है, लेकिन इस concept को तरक्की पजीर ममालिक ने, जैसे यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स और फ्रांस, इस तरह के ममालिक ने अपनी हर फील्ड में उसको इन प्रिंसिपल्स को अडॉप्ट किया. तो दैट्स व्हाई दे आर वेरी गुड एट सर्विस डिलीवरी, और इसीलिए उनकी मार्केटिंग और उनकी प्रोडक्ट्स और उनकी यहाँ पे हर चीज़ एवरी ऑल ऑफ अस इन पाकिस्तान, इंडिया एंड ऑल द तरक्की पजीर ममालिक जो हैं, उनके पास वो वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज को इसीलिए उनकी प्रोडक्ट्स को ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं, क्योंकि उनकी सर्विस डिलीवरी बहुत अच्छी होती है. और we will discuss types of service delivery in our interaction with you today, and key elements also. Service delivery at personal level, that's very important for all of us, and then we will take question and answers. So introduction, I briefly introduced myself to you guys. I did not, the things I did not tell you that I have 2 kids, a wife, and living happily married for 10, 12 years, I think. And again, I told you, I'm entrepreneur and service delivery manager at Airbus, US.com. Let me introduce Airbus. Airbus is basically not second, right now it's the first largest aircraft manufacturing industry in the world. ये काफ़ी 3-4 मुल्कों की मुख्तलिफ कंपनीज थी जिन्होंने मिल के एक कंपनी बनाई, and then they beat it Boeing with a huge margin. और इनकी जो engineering products हैं, इनकी नए जो planes हैं, वो इनके बहुत अच्छे plans आगे मतलब in future they are working very aggressively to build new aircraft which use less fuel consumption. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Service delivery life cycle. So whenever a product is created and it goes live, जैसे कोई website बनती है और आप लोग उसको use करना शुरू करते हैं, तो service delivery starts after the product is made, when the product go live. तो जब सर्विस डिलीवरी का मतलब है, सबसे पहले तो डिजाइन करते हैं हम उसको, राइट? प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन होगी, प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन होगी, प्रॉब्लम है ऐसा पढ़ते हुए मुझे बीच में जरूर आवाजें आ रही थी इसलिए दैट्स व्हाई स्टॉप. लेकिन प्रोडक्ट का डिजाइन होता है, राइट? प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर्स डिजाइन करते हैं प्रोडक्ट, और उनका जो मकसद होता है उसको दे हैव टू पुट द प्रोडक्ट get ready to go live so anybody can use it. तो जब वो डिजाइन करते हैं, they do strategize for service delivery, लेकिन but whenever you go live, जब भी आपकी कोई प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आती है, you don't know how the customer would react. Yes, you can strategize, you can design, you can forecast that these kind of situations can arise, but लेकिन आप लोगों को डिजाइन, लेकिन जब प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में जाती है, that's when you find out what the real problem is, and then you will have to face the customer, you will have to answer the customer's questions. Every customer will have different kind of needs, so that's the life cycle goes. Then product manager ने जब service transition कर दी, then operation service level जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, that will be के जो आप लोगों को जो कस्टमर्स की जो नीड्स होती हैं उसके मुताबिक अपने प्रोडक्ट को एनहांस करना है, एंड दैट्स व्हाट्स कॉल्ड कंटिन्यूअस इंप्रूवमेंट. कि आप प्रोडक्ट जब लाइव गई है, उसके बाद आपने उसके अंदर जो प्रॉब्लम्स आई हैं, आपने उनको नोट किया है, उनके की एलिमेंट्स चेक किए हैं कि किस वजह से प्रॉब्लम आ रही है और हम कैसे अपनी सर्विसेज को बेहतर कर सकते हैं, एंड दैट्स कॉल्ड द कंटिन्यूअस इंप्रूवमेंट. और कंटिन्यूअस इंप्रूवमेंट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. The ability we are lacking is continuous improvement. हम लोग in every aspect of our life, social and general, especially in we are just we do not focus on continuous improvement, especially at the government level. So we'll discuss about that in a little bit. So there are two types of service delivery. One is internal services. Internal services, that's what I started in Airbus with as an internal service delivery manager. Internal services is basically your a department giving support to another department, like HR giving support to finance about their about the employees' information and their, whatever information they share, and other IT department providing support for the end users. That's also considered as service delivery. And then the other part is the external services. What are the external services? Basically, external services are those services which are used by end users. जैसे कपड़ा एक जगह पे बनता है, right? आप उसको एक दुकान से खरीदते हैं, then आप पहनते हैं, तो जो प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर है, आप एंड यूजर हैं बेसिकली. सो दैट्स द एक्सटर्नल सर्विसेज, एंड यूजर. सो अगर मैं कपड़े की मिसाल से आगे करूँ कि अगर आपको कपड़ा पसंद नहीं है, आपने किसी ब्रांड का लिया है, किसी ब्रांड का कपड़ा लिया, तो आप उस ब्रांड को कॉल करेंगे तो आप तो भूल ही जाएंगे कि हम वापस भी कर सकते हैं या उसको रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं या कुछ भी हो सकता है. So, that's called external services, basically the services to end users. And they are the most important aspect of any business because they are the one who provide you the revenue to run the business. So without external users or without end users of your product, your services, your product is nothing. So that's why this service delivery for the external user is one of the most important aspects of running a product. So there are some key elements of service delivery. The first element is culture. That culture is basically the internal culture of the organization, or who introduces the products, or who build the products or manufacture the products. So that's the culture of internal culture of an organization. Agar, let's see the internal culture of the organization is backbiting and pulling legs or ek dusre ko laan taan karna. It's everywhere. It's not only in Pakistan, it's everywhere in the world, where it doesn't matter what company you're working with. This happens in every organization. But the thing is, the internal culture of organization, agar aap apni employees ko या अपने आसपास के अपनी टीम्स के साथ, अपने बॉसेस के साथ, अगर आप लोग you're not very interactive with them. अगर बॉस आता है तो everybody is like scared, किधर चलें, क्या करना है, सब देखना शुरू कर दें कि हमें लग रहा है कि हम बॉस से लोग कि हम काम कर रहे हैं. It's not about that. Internal culture is, हाँ, अगर आप कुछ कर रहे हो ठीक है, जब आपका काम complete है तो your boss should understand कि yes, he did his work, now he's looking around, which is to me it's still not a good example, but मकसद ये है कि आपके इंटरनल कल्चर ऐसा होना चाहिए कि आपको एक दूसरे के साथ इंटरेक्शन करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो. अगर आपकी कंपनी के इंटरनल कल्चर ऐसा होगा कि everybody is fighting within the company, my position, this position, tera kaam hai, mera kaam hai, maine nahi kiya, tumne nahi kiya. These kind of situation arise in every workplace. And to build that culture is the responsibility of good management. And to build a good culture that everybody feels that he's a stakeholder in his product or in his services or in his organization or in his team. And then, the managers should make them feel that you're the stakeholder. It doesn't matter what you do, but your work is important to the final product which we are working on. So everybody, if an internal organization consider its team members and its employees as a part of their success, agar internal culture aisa hoga, so that organization will provide best services to its products or its customers. The quality of services is based. Is there any question? All right. There was a sound like आवाज आई थी, I thought it. But the quality of the services is basically you are accessing all the time. Okay, मैंने एक product we launched the product, मैंने एक product तो launch कर दिया, लेकिन अब मैं इसको success कैसे बनाऊं? लेकिन अगर आपकी product आपने बना दिया market में और आपके जो लोग हैं, जो आपके end users हैं, वो उसको पसंद नहीं करते, उसमें problems आ रही हैं, और आपको खुद एनालाइज करना पड़ता है अपनी प्रोडक्ट के लिए कि हाँ जी, मेरी क्वालिटी जो मैंने इमेजिन्ड, जो मैंने क्वालिटी अपनी इमेजिन की थी कि इस क्वालिटी की प्रोडक्ट एंड यूजर को देंगे, that includes the strategies and performance of the service. So there's different ways to find the find the performance and improve the quality of the service. But every organization should pay should pay attention to the quality of their continuous quality of their services. Without that, the product is poised to fail. Engagement is basically, again, if you have a good culture, the engagement with the employee will be very easy, and that helps every organization to improve their services. Like, let me give you an example. अगर आप किसी भी दुकान पे जाते हैं, wherever you go, you go. Let's give you an example of a restaurant. क्योंकि मैं अपना भी restaurant owner है, so अगर आप एक restaurant में जाते हैं, वहां पे आपको सर्विस अच्छी मिलती है, तो आप you would like to go back. लेकिन अगर उसका वेटर आके आपको कहेगा जी इंतजार करते रहेंगे अपना खाने के लिए, और आपको तमीज से बात भी नहीं करेगा, तो आप उस रेस्टोरेंट में दोबारा जाना नहीं पसंद करेंगे. सो दैट्स बेसिकली अपने एम्प्लॉयज को ट्रेन करना. यहाँ पे एक बहुत मशहूर फास्ट फूड चेन है जो मैकडॉनल्ड्स को और जो बड़ी बड़ी फास्ट फूड चेन्स को बीट कर रही है, और वो संडे को बंद होते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द रिलीजियस, क्योंकि वो क्रिश्चियन है और अपने रिलीजन के लिए वो संडे को बंद होते हैं. जैसे हमारा जुमे का बंद होने का टाइम है, लेकिन वो संडे को बंद होते हैं. पूरी इट्स लाइक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये. सोच भी नहीं सकते कि कोई एक फास्ट फूड चेन जो संडे को बंद हो, दैट्स वन ऑफ देयर बिजिएस्ट डेज, लेकिन वो बंद होती है. लेकिन उसकी इट्स बीटिंग मैकडॉनल्ड्स, जो कि पिछले 40 सालों से एक सबसे बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है दुनिया की, उसको सर्विसेज में बीट कर रही है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसकी एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट बहुत जरूरी है. वो अपने एम्प्लॉयज को फील्ड में उतारते नहीं है जब तक वो उनको 1 महीने की ट्रेनिंग न दे दें. और सर्विस फूड सर्विसेज में 1 महीने की ट्रेनिंग इट्स टू मच, लेकिन बट द एंड प्रोडक्ट दैट कम्स आउट विद, खाना तो उनका इतना अच्छा नहीं है, इट्स फ्राइड फूड, लेकिन उनकी सर्विसेज की वजह से दे आर बीटिंग मैकडॉनल्ड्स एंड KFC राइट नाउ. तो इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट होती है अपनी एम्प्लॉयज के साथ एंगेजमेंट. अगर आपका कल्चर विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अच्छा होगा, एंगेजिंग होगा, तो आपकी प्रोडक्ट और आपकी सर्विस डिलीवरी विल बी ऑन टॉप. और अगर आपकी सर्विस डिलीवरी अच्छी होगी तो आपकी प्रोडक्ट, आपके कस्टमर बढ़ेंगे, और आपके कस्टमर बढ़ेंगे तो आपकी प्रोडक्ट चलती रहेगी, राइट? एंड कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस इज आल्सो, it's one of the most important things, that because that's what you do, customer experience. That's what you work for. That's what your product is for end users, and that's your customer. And within the organization, अगर आप सोचें तो आपके कस्टमर्स होते हैं, जैसे अगर आप HR में काम करें तो आपका कस्टमर होगा फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट, आपका कस्टमर होगा एम्प्लॉय, एवरी एम्प्लॉय ऑफ योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. और अगर आप IT में काम कर रहे हैं तो यू विल जो लोग आपका कंप्यूटर यूज कर रहे हैं आपके डिपार्टमेंट, मतलब आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, every computer user of that organization is the customer of IT department. So the customer is not only external customer. Internal customer is as important as it is for the organization as external customer. Well, that's very important. Service delivery at personal level. ये मैंने सिर्फ इसलिए डाला है कि I would like to, because I think other than doctors, most of the attendees are young students. So I would like to give you some aspirations or some inspirations to be best at your personal levels, which is हम लोग, अल्लाह ताला ने हमें पैदा किया है. There is a life. We only have one life. मरने के बाद अभी तक किसी को नहीं पता कि क्या होता है. अभी साइंस वहां तक नहीं पहुंची कि मरने के बाद क्या होता है. But you are a product of yourself. अपने आप को आप इस तरह देखें. You are a product of yourself. Your external customers are the people around you, and your internal customer is yourself. That means कि आपको अपने इंटरनल कस्टमर की भी उतनी ही टेक केयर करनी है जितनी आपको अपने एक्सटर्नल कस्टमर की करनी है. और अगर आप अपने इंटरनल कस्टमर की टेक केयर करते हो तो आपको एक्सटर्नल की भी उतनी टेक केयर करनी है जितनी आप करते हो. मतलब मेरा कहने का मतलब है कि अगर आप अपने लिए, जैसे हुजूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की हदीस है कि अपने लिए पसंद, मफहूम उसका ये है कि अपने लिए जो पसंद करते हो अपने भाई के लिए भी वैसा ही पसंद करो. तो दिस इज your service delivery at personal level. Relationship and responsibilities always come, and responsibilities always around you, whatever you are dealing with. like if you are working in an organization or agar aap kahin pe kaam kar rahe ho, doesn't matter ki where you're working at. If you're working at anywhere, you know, I still remember that my first job in United States, I got rejected. मैंने जो पहली जगह पे मैं जॉब के लिए गया था, I got rejected. The second job I had to mop floors, but it was work. तो लेकिन जब मैंने मॉप किया, you know, first time तो it was not, of course, नहीं like, लेकिन जब मैंने शुरू किया, when I understand that guy has a business, he's paying me, तो मैंने उसको, you know, even if you do that, you do it with best of your abilities. Doesn't matter कि काम किस किस्म का है, जब भी आप कोई काम कर रहे हो और उसके अपने वक्त के अपनी पर्सनल डिलीवरी के पैसे, पर्सनल डिलीवरी की आप बेसिकली पेमेंट ले रहे हो, तो it's your duty to do it at your best levels. And your service delivery as a Muslim, मुझे अपनी एग्जांपल दूंगा कि जब मैं पाकिस्तान से आया तो you know everybody is like okay, यहाँ पे सबसे मुश्किल काम होता है कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट काम जो लोगों के लिए होता है वो ये कि पेपर कैसे लेने हैं, राइट? तो पाकिस्तानी इसमें मशहूर थे कि वो लोग लड़कियों से शादी करके, गोरियों से शादी करके उनके पेपर लेके उनको छोड़ के चले जाते हैं. तो आई टुक इट, यू नो, मैंने सोचा कि ऐसे क्यों, और अल्लाह ताला ने मौके ऐसे पैदा किए कि यू नो मैंने एक दफ़ा सोचा कि मैं इस चीज़ को गलत प्रूव करना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन मुझे कोई गोरी तो थी नहीं, लेकिन अल्लाह का करना ऐसा हुआ कि आखिर में गोरी से शादी हो गई एंड वी आर स्टिल मैरिड फॉर 12 years. तो योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एज अ मुस्लिम इज लाइक यू हैव टू, सबसे पहले तो कि मोहम्मद से वफा तूने तो हम दे रहे हैं, ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मोहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह. ये 2-3 चीज़ें जो आप लोगों को एक परफेक्ट मुस्लिम बनाती हैं, और उसके लिए आपको यू नो अपनी ड्यूटीज़ को, अपनी पर्सनल लेवल की ड्यूटीज़ को, हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के अखलाक को फॉलो करें. मैंने तो अपने एक्सपीरियंस, डेली एक्सपीरियंसेस में पिछले कुछ अरसे से, बहुत सालों से मैं उसको फॉलो किया, और यू नो और मैंने एक्सपेरिमेंट के तौर पे वो किया, मैं अपने आप को कुछ चीज़ों पे फोकस किया, only according to the hadith and the और कुरान के अहकामात के मुताबिक. तो मैंने इस चीज़ को एक्सपीरियंस किया है कि whenever you are true to your God और अपने रिलीजन के साथ, अल्लाह के साथ अपने सच्चे रहते हैं, और अपने मकासद सिर्फ उसके साथ शेयर करते हैं, और अपने डेली लाइफ में लोगों के साथ सिला रहमी से पेश आते हैं, और किसी का नुकसान पहुंचाने की कोशिश नहीं करते, तो अल्लाह ताला आपको ऐसी जगहों पे, मुश्किलें तो आती हैं, वो तो ज़िंदगी में अगर मुश्किलें ना आए तो आप आगे नहीं जा रहे, मुश्किलें आई हैं तो इसका मतलब है कि आप आगे जा रहे हैं. तो ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ने के लिए आपको अल्लाह ताला ऐसी जगहों से रास्ते दिखाते हैं कि आपको खुद एहसास नहीं होता कि यार मैं क्या करूं, लेकिन अपने आप को एनालाइज करने के लिए जब इंसान सोचता है तो फिर वो यही है कि सबसे कि अल्लाह ताला कि मैंने एक अपने आप का मकसद कि हम लोगों ने कि मैंने एक पैमाना सेट किया अपने लिए, एंड देन आई वर्क एंड इम्प्लाइड ऑन माई सेल्फ, इम्प्लीफाई किया मैंने अपने ऊपर, उसको इम्प्लाई किया मैंने अपने ऊपर, अपने पूरा उसको उतारा, और उसके बाद मैंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया कि अल्लाह ताला आपकी मदद करता है. और इसी तरह से अगर आप लोगों को, जो यंग स्टूडेंट्स हैं, आप लोगों को अभी से इस बारे में जो है ना वो करना चाहिए, सोचना चाहिए कि कुछ अहकामात हैं जो बेसिकली कुछ गुनाह कबीरा हैं, और जिनसे आप अल्लाह ताला जो है ना बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं करता. तो मेरा सिर्फ यही एक नसीहत होगी कि अपने गुनाह कबीरा पे कंट्रोल करें और नमाज पढ़ें. अल्लाह ताला आपकी मुश्किलों को खुद ही आसान करना शुरू कर देगा. और एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ कि आप लोगों को एज ए पाकिस्तानी अपने मुल्क के लिए, अपने मुल्क के लिए जो कुछ भी आप कर सकते हैं वो करें. हम लोगों को आपस में लड़ाई नहीं करनी, क्योंकि we have to build our service delivery levels high and at the top level of the world, or at the top level at yourself, at the world. You know, we have to come together. इलामा इकबाल का शेर है कि मौज है दरिया में, बैरूने दरिया कुछ नहीं. तो अब भी अगर हम बिखरी बिखरी मौजें रहेंगे तो हम लोग कुछ भी नहीं रहेंगे। अगर हम इकट्ठे होकर एक तरफ काम करेंगे, that will bring us in Pakistan prosperity. और आखिर में मैं आपको एक बस अपनी कंपनी की एक मिसाल देके साबित कि कंपनी का एक अपना उनका मोटो बताऊंगा कि उनका मोटो ये है कि उनको दे ब्रिंग द वर्ल्ड टुगेदर, क्योंकि वो एक मल्टी नेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। उसको उन्होंने सिर्फ अपनी प्रोडक्ट वो लॉन्च कर देते हैं, लेकिन प्रोडक्ट के बाद they do have to provide best services to be the best in the world and to be the best in the world, to be the biggest company in the world. So that, how did they do it? They focused on their service delivery. They focused on their continuous improvement, and they focused on the strategy to deal with the situations where to deal with the situation which can arise at the employee level, at the customer level, and at the personal level of the employees. और आखिर में मैं इस बात को कंप्लीट करूंगा इलामा इकबाल के शेर से कि खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. Thank you very much for joining. Moshe Saab, anybody have any questions? Please go ahead.
You are requested to raise your hands if you have any questions or queries. Ji Salar Ansari, please.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था, अभी तनवीर साहब ने एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बताया था रेस्टोरेंट का, उसका नाम नहीं शायद बताया, वो बता दीजिए जिसको वो कंपेयर कर रहे थे मैकडोनल्ड्स से.
हाँ, चिक-फिले. चिक-फिले.
ओके.
चिक मतलब चिकन, फिले.
ओके. गॉट इट.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Go ahead, Bashir.
Any other questions? Please raise your hand. So we don't have any questions now.
No, sir.
So Zishan, I think you were very clear in your presentation. That might be one of the reasons that there are no questions. Dr. Ali, are you there with us?
जी सर. Yes.
Sir, आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहें इसमें?
So it was a very nice and informative.
First, let me introduce Dr. Ali Raza. Dr. Ali Raza is currently working as an assistant professor in Quaid-e-Azam University. And Dr. Ali Raza has got specialization in services marketing. And he holds a PhD degree, and his dissertation is focused on services marketing. So he would be adding on to this. Ji, Dr. Ali Raza, please.
Thank you very much, Nishan sir. It was a very informative and knowledgeable presentation and very precise and concise. It's about the services marketing. It's a very important topic, and how Zishan sir elaborated it. It became more interesting because the perspective, Islamic perspective as well, and particularly the company's perspective or the culture, how we develop service dominant culture. It is very much important. My only one question, because I was living in France, and we have helicopter services facility in Marseille, and I got the opportunity to visit it once.
Airbus?
Yes, for the Airbus.
Yeah.
So my point is that is there any difference in service delivery mechanism or standard which you have for European countries and then the other Western world, particularly US or Canada or like North America and European countries? So is there any difference in the standards or the mechanism or the design which you developed for these countries?
Yeah, sure. That's a very good question. And, what I experienced, the difference between there's a huge difference between the mechanism and service delivery method between countries, because every country, French people have different culture, and America is totally different culture. And when you go to United Kingdom, their thinking level is totally different. So yes, every country, Airbus itself is a global organization. So it has to deal with a different cultural, it had to, deal with the different cultural boundaries. So that's why they develop a culture of service delivery, that the product itself, they emphasize more on, you can say more on product enhanceability or continuous improvement. So that's what the European organization and European culture is, to enhance everything. American culture is just make money. That's what American culture is. Doesn't matter. I mean, because provide customer a good service, be a smiley face, talk good about the customer, but it's all what matters is it's money. After they are done with you, they don't care about you. But the European culture is they focus more on the customer experience and continuous improvement. That's why if you notice that Boeing is going down right now, because of this huge difference between the cultures. I think I answered your question.
Yes, thank you very much, Sansa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ali.
If anyone else has a question, they might raise their hand and they can ask the question from Mr. Zishan. Even if you don't have any question or you want to comment on something, you are most welcome.
Yep. Any comments?
Yes, we have got 2 raised hands. Yes, Fatima Ramzan, please.
Sir, I have a question. If we look at PIA, उनकी सर्विस डिलीवरी जो है वो इतनी, उसके खिलाफ आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोपेगेंडा भी चल रही है, सब कुछ भी, तो आप कुछ सजेशंस देंगे कि PIA अपनी सर्विस डिलीवरी को कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि पिछले ईयर्स में उसकी सर्विस डिलीवरी जो है वो काफ़ी ख़राब हुई है.
PIA का प्रॉब्लम यह है कि उसमें आपको सर्विस रिलेटेड बॉसेस नहीं मिल रहे. That's what I figured with PIA, क्योंकि जब आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का लीडर अच्छा नहीं होगा, if he don't have any vision, then the product is going nowhere. तो PIA के अगर लीडर के पास जिसके हाथ में PIA की बागडोर है, अगर उसके पास PIA के लिए विजन नहीं है, that's PIA is not going anywhere. PIA जो हम लोग बेहतर कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए सिर्फ आपको सबसे पहले तो अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कामयाब करने के लिए आपको सबसे पहले उसके you have to get the expenses at the level which can expenses should be lower than their income, right? That's the basic concept of business. So uske expenses, you have to reduce the expenses first and then focus on the delivery. Agar aap जैसे PIA का भी एक्सीडेंट हुए तो पता चला कि we found out that the pilots did not even have the license. यहाँ पे, if you go to the Western countries, you have to update your licenses all the time, because airline industry, especially airline industry, is continuously improving and going to better products, different products, updating itself all the time. तो हम लोग एक तो update नहीं होते, and that's the biggest problem of PIA. I think they are not updated according to general standards of providing support to airline customers. And second is the services. Again, Pakistan should be, the culture we have is nowhere. We are nice to everybody. Hum log theek hai. The culture we have, it's best suitable for services. But we do not train ourselves for services. Achhi service to dene ke. That's why, if you go to a PAE office, nobody, they don't even pick up the phone sometimes. Agar wo pick up phone kar lete hain, to unko pata nahi hota ke they don't even know what if this situation arises, what should they do in that situation. The service delivery team should be ready. they should already have the strategy to deal any kind of situation. They should be ready to, to know, like, let me give you an example. Like when I first started my restaurant, I did not know what kind of complaints I will get. But, I find out, okay, yes, if this kind of complaint, you have to do this, you have to improve your product like that. So this is, if you have complaints, you have to improve your service. That's the continuous improvement. Every organization has to pay very huge attention, or maybe, they should spend a lot of resources towards their continuous improvement. Or PIA अगर ये दो तीन चीजें ठीक कर ले, it could be one of PIA is the organization which built Emirates, जिन्होंने कतर की airbase, they follow those principles and they improve themselves. आपको Nokia की मिसाल तो पता है ना, Nokia was the biggest phone, it was the biggest giant in the phone industry, but it's gone. Why? Because they did not pay attention to the continuous improvement. So that's why if you don't pay attention to continuous improvement, and PIA is not paying attention to continuous improvement, I'm sorry to say, but the PIA will fail if it keeps going like that.
Okay, Mohammad Zishan.
Thank you, sir.
And good question.
सर मेरा आपसे ये क्वेश्चन है कि कस्टमर जो उनसे होते हैं, मतलब कंपनी को कस्टमर के साथ इंगेजमेंट रखने के लिए सर कौन से बेसिक स्टेप्स हैं जो मतलब लेती है कंपनी कस्टमर के साथ इंगेजमेंट करने के लिए? और सर थोड़ा सा मुझे ये एलेबोरेट कर दें कि आप पाकिस्तान में और पाकिस्तान से बाहर सर क्या ये एक ही मेथड पे मतलब चलती है कंपनी, या पाकिस्तान का डिफरेंट मेथड है और बाहर का डिफरेंट मेथड है कि वो कस्टमर को अपने साथ इंगेज किस तरह रखते हैं? मतलब
Yeah, that's a very good question. सबसे पहले तो मैं आपके method पे comment कर देता हूँ कि method is basically जो method is depend on the services, on the location of the services you're providing and the culture of the services you're providing. Like अगर आप अमेरिका में बुर्का नहीं बेच सकते, right? But you can sell burqa in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India. आप पाकिस्तान और Islamic countries में आप कुछ ऐसी चीजें जो नहीं बेच सकते, लेकिन you can sell everything in Pakistan. So it depends, it depends on the culture of the the culture of the territory or terrain you are giving your services in. और आपका दूसरा क्वेश्चन क्या था? I think first thing आपकी क्या थी? पहला क्वेश्चन क्या था? I'm sorry, मैं forgot.
सर मैं ये पूछ रहा था ना, बिकॉज़ कंपनी जो सी होती हैं वो कस्टमर के साथ किस तरह मतलब एंगेजमेंट रहने के लिए कौन से स्टेप लेती है?
एंगेजमेंट रहने के सबसे पहले तो आपको पता चल जाता है कि आपके एम्प्लॉयज, आपके कस्टमर्स आपसे खुश हैं, कि आपकी सेल्स, सेल्स इज द फर्स्ट फैक्टर. सेकंड फैक्टर आपकी वॉकिंग शॉपिंग कितनी आ रही है, हाउ मेनी आपके रिटर्निंग कस्टमर्स कितने हैं. अगर आपके रिटर्निंग कस्टमर ज्यादा हैं तो यू आर डूइंग गुड बिकॉज कस्टमर इज हैप्पी विद योर सर्विसेज. और उसके अलावा की मैट्रिक्स अपनी परफॉर्मेंस आप बेसिक कभी अब जैसे in Western countries, what they try to how they find out about the what they're lacking or what they can improve, and they put the forms in. So आप अगर जाएं तो अब उनकी organization पे complaint cell होते हैं, जैसे complaint cell होते हैं, आप ऐसा कोई form बना दें अपनी if you have a shop or if you have a website, let's say if you have a shop, keep a comment book. Okay, you will find out, okay, customers are happy, what can you improve in? Kiss customer ko, if there's a customer who was unhappy with something, was it our fault or was it customer's fault? You have to analyze these kind of situations. Okay, let's say मैं अपनी example दूंगा again practical life में. अगर मैं pizza बेच रहा हूँ तो, and I know there's this something, the sauce is not good, लेकिन मैंने फिर भी pizza बेच दिया, right? तो customer की call आ गई. So if you know that there was something wrong with it, just deal with the customer. Next time, don't do that. Next time, just make sure you don't use the bad sauce. Or जैसे Boeing की example मैं आपको देता हूँ on the international level. अगर Boeing उनके जो when they had their problem with the 737 MAX, they had to ground the whole, a lot of, not the whole fleet, but a lot of their 737 MAX, or they had a lot of customers. So what happened to the customers? Boeing was a product from Boeing ke customers the unki airlines ke customers the passengers, but everybody was affected because of grounding the planes. But what they did, they had to deal with that situation, because if they let it go flying, more people would have died, or that would be terrible for for a lot of organization and a lot of people. So that was their plan. If something like unki strategy thi service delivery ki, if something goes wrong with that and it's dangerous, you just ground the fleet. But what Airbus does, it keeps its products updated, continuous improvement. That's why this is it's beating a new organization. That's how a new organization beats an old organization. In this case, Airbus beating Boeing, because Airbus is more focused on continuous improvement. तो इस तरह से आप अपने कस्टमर्स को एंगेज करके अपने बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन, अपने कस्टमर से अपने बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन लेके, अपने बिजनेस के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन लेके, और अपने आप को एनहांस कर सकते हैं. और जब तक आप एनहांस नहीं करेंगे, आपको अपने कस्टमर्स का नहीं पता होगा कि कस्टमर क्या चाहता है. यू कैन नॉट एनहांस योरसेल्फ. आई होप आई आंसर योर क्वेश्चन.
Yes, sir, got it. Jazakallah.
Shahryar, please.
Sir, Assalamualaikum. Sir, according to current situation of COVID in US and the most controversial elections in US this time, though गवर्नमेंट सर आपस में एक दूसरे को रिपब्लिकन्स और ये डेमोक्रेट्स आपको बैश कर रहे हैं, और अनसर्टेनिटी है पूरे यूएस में एक, तो उससे सर सारे बिजनेसेस इफेक्ट नहीं हो रहे, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट बोथ डेमोक्रेट्स एंड लिबरल्स हैव टोटली ऑपोजिट स्ट्रेटजीज अबाउट एवरीथिंग.
That's true. That's true. मैं तो every country have their own political problems. अगर आप देखें तो हम लोगों को डिपेंड नहीं करना चाहिए यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स पे. ठीक है, हम लोग बहुत डिपेंडेंट है, ये बड़ी मार्केट है, लेकिन if you look around Pakistan had the most populated area around Pakistan. अगर हम अपनी products उन customers को focus करके बनाएं जो हमारे करीब हैं, that will reduce or shipping cost. That can provide services to the closer people, Afghanistan, Central Asia, all Arab countries are right there. We should not be dependent on America, and its politics, because politics everywhere is the same. If you think that American politicians are better than Pakistani politicians, you're wrong about that. It's everywhere. It's the same. Politics itself is just a way of deceiving. That's what I consider politics as. It has nothing to do with, but according to Pakistan, हम लोगों को अपने customers वो ढूंढने हैं जो जहाँ पे हम अपना सामान आराम से पहुँचा सकें, right? India में 1.5 billion or 1.2 billion or 3 billion population. China की population है 1.5 and something billion, 1.5 billion. और Iran में भी इतनी population है. And then if you look around the Malaysia, Indonesia, or Arab countries, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Taiwan, it's a huge population which we can serve, and we have ability to serve that population or that customer base. It's up to us what kind of services we want to provide them. We have to find new ways. We have to find, अगर आप जब भी मतलब कभी भी practical life में आए तो you have to look around these markets, because we cannot depend on only one market. We have to find multiple markets. If you depend on one market, you are bound to go down, and that's the case unfortunately between United States and Pakistan. We had a kind of relation that we depend on United States, but it's not good to depend on anybody. That's what my theory or what my experience says to me, that you should not depend. You always have to find multiple resources to work around, to introduce your services to your customers. I hope I answered your question.
Hereafter, please.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question that as you have said that we have to satisfy both internal and external customers. But we have seen, as it is also mentioned in the facts and figures, that the unemployment rate is increasing day by day. And also the organizations, the brands are focusing on the downsizing and the layoff. As मैंने ये देखा है कि that their main focus is on the profit maximization and on their customers, and उनकी जो basic purpose है वो अपने external customers को तो serve कर रहे हैं, but internal customers के ऊपर उनका कोई focus नहीं है. तो पाकिस्तान के केस में इतना ज्यादा इस तरह क्यों हो रहा है? अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट इतना ज्यादा बढ़ता क्यों जा रहा है? अगर हमें एक प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजेशन के लिए दोनों कस्टमर्स की जरूरत है, then why it is happening?
It's happening because organization thinks that they can put more workload on if they reduce they can put more workload if they reduce their work power. Like if an organization एक organization अगर अपने कुछ लोगों को निकाल देती है, but their sales is still going the same, and they in fact they're increasing the same, they will put more workload on the current workforce. But that's what businesses, it depends on the organization structure and the leader of the organization, how a leader visions his organization. If his vision is like making profit, he's not gonna pay attention to his employees' needs or his internal customer needs. If an organization culture is to benefit is consider their workforce as a stakeholder, because without the workforce there's no organization, right? So if it depends, the problem with Pakistan is that the people who are the leader of workforces, they are more focused on profit making, and that's the basic concept of a business, to make profit and huge profits for his shareholders. Again, it depends on the culture of the business, culture of the organization, and the culture and the vision of the leader or the vision of the organization, that how they look at their workload. And again, unemployment, getting fired or getting unemployed from an organization is not a big deal, because employees should take it as a it gets hard, but employees should take it as a chance to move forward, chance to step up. And of course, organization take it as as reducing their expenses. Again, it's a very complicated relationship. इसको modern economics में define करना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि modern economics is all based on, or modern financial market is all based on profit making. And if a company thinks, if an organization thinks that they can make profit by laying off people, they will do that. You cannot stop them. It's again, as I said, it's a complicated relationship, but it depends on the vision of organization and the culture of the organization. I hope I answered your question.
Nadeem.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Hi, Nadeem. Assalamu alaikum.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say something. When I joined this meeting, so I wasn't sure what will I learn that would be useful for me, because I was like, maybe this is not related to me. But when I joined and I listened to your aap samjha rahe the and everything, so I learned a lot of things, and for that I want to say thank you. I learned a lot of things, and आपने जब questions भी answer किए इतने जो 2-3 students के, तो उससे भी मुझे additional knowledge मिली. My favorite part was when you said like SDLC वाला जो था, that is something that is related to my field. मैं project management की student हूँ, so that term is thrown around a lot, लेकिन मुझे आज तक वो समझ नहीं आया था. But you explained it very well, so thank you for that. आपने काफी clear कर दिया, and I think it will help me in the future as well. So thank you for your time, and thank you for explaining everything so well.
Thank you very much, Aksa. And to add that comment, SD हमारा basic problem ये है. मैं भी जब अपनी student life में I still remember कि हम लोगों को we have to remember the English punctuations. हम लोगों ने पढ़ा लिखा और समझा और बोला उर्दू में, that's another problem I think we have, that we are not doing research in our own language. आपको अभी आपने जैसे example दिया, I think you're a good student, you know, because if you're related to project management, you know, SDLC is throwing everywhere. Yeah, that's the, you know, that's the purpose of the project. You know, that's basically the end after the services you provided. मेरा कहने का मकसद ये है कि हम लोग जब तक, that's what I think is that हम लोग जब तक अपनी मादरी जुबान में research नहीं करेंगे, we will always have this problem to learn these abbreviations and, you know, meanings, because आपकी, क्योंकि अगर आप देखें कि आप, doesn't matter, you know, I've been living in the United States for like 15 years. I still think in my own, जब मैं अपने बारे में सोचता हूँ, whenever I think in my मादरी language, मेरी, you know, mother tongue, अपनी मादरी जुबान में सोचता हूँ. That's Urdu. और मुझे बहुत मुश्किल होती है when I cannot translate or whatever I think, you know, whatever I want to say in English, because I do not think in English. I think in Urdu. I talk to myself in Urdu. And if it's, you know, I think that we will stay the same if we don't change this course. And it's time to change the course to at least to start using Urdu as a research language. I know it's going to be hard in the beginning, लेकिन अगर आप किसी भी कौम को देखें ना, उसने जो भी तरक्की याफ्ता कौम है, they have always have research in their own language. चाइना को देख लें, हम चाइना को देख लें, स्वीडन, पोलैंड, इंडिया तरक्की कर रहा है because they are very good actors and they're very good at service delivery. They're, you know, service delivery, that's why they are moving forward. Their whole, most of their economy is based on the service delivery to the Western countries. And what they are doing best is, you know, they are very smiley on your face, and they, you know, that's what matters to them, profit making. So, you know, they train themselves to provide services to different countries and different people. You know, they don't have the culture like us, like, you know, like the caring culture like us, but they're still benefiting from their culture of acting, which they use it very well to enhance their products and sell their products. So I hope
yes, sir,
we all start to do.
इंडिया
I hope
की
we
जो
all
आपने
start to.
एग्जांपल दिए कि वो बहुत लाइक फ्रेंडली बनते हैं फेस पे, एंड देन दे आर नॉट लाइक दैट. आई हैव पर्सनली सीन दैट पाकिस्तानी ऐसे नहीं करते. So I agree. Thank you, sir.
And you know, I've personally seen that too in my work experience, especially in IT organizations. It's like that.
Qudsiya Nadeem.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, sir, in an answer to the question where you said like service manager here in Pakistan, they lack VN. So what right now is we need people with VN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we see that in Pakistan, the people are not really willing to come here and work in the service industry, though it is at its growing stage right now. So what changes you think Pakistan as a country need in its service industry so people with VN will come here and serve it?
People with vision will come here and serve it once they find out that whatever they're gonna invest in Pakistan is safe. There's, you know, because people who don't come to Pakistan is like, you know, they're mostly scared. And trust me, my plan is to come to Pakistan. That's the first, you know, talking to you guys is the first step, and to use my vision for the betterment of Pakistan. That's the whole purpose of talking to you guys. So you know, nobody knows me right now. So this is the step for people to know me. So I can, when I come to Pakistan, I will have, you know, I will have no problem interacting with people, with, you know, because it's been a long time. I've been living in a different culture and living a different life, and Pakistani life and here life is totally different. So yes, people with vision will come to Pakistan. They will have to be crazy enough to follow that vision, and they have to be brave enough to go they have to be brave enough to basically deal with the different kind of situation which can arise. But as the interaction with you guys, one day you will find me in Pakistan, providing, giving the vision, my vision of service delivery as a Pakistani nation, inshallah.
Sir, we'd be
And
glad
people
to
will
have
come,
people
trust
like
me.
you in Pakistan.
Yes, we will have. You have people like that in Pakistan. We just need to find them and put them in right places. And trust me, people will come to Pakistan. That's one of my other beliefs is that we are bound to, or we are on the journey to become a better. We are on the journey to become better, or one of the best in the world. That's what my belief is.
जी हमजा अमजद साहब.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम.
सर मेरे बेसिकली 2 क्वेश्चन है. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज के व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ एविएशन इंडस्ट्री. और सर मेरा दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपने एविएशन इंडस्ट्री को क्यों चूज किया और हम लोग कैसे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू.
सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको बताता हूँ एविएशन को मैंने ज्वाइन नहीं किया. That is a very, हमेशा से जब मैं बच्चा था ना, तो मेरे घर पे, मेरे कमरे में F-16s की और राशिद मिनाज की तस्वीरें लगी होती थी. लेकिन कोई डायरेक्शन देने वाला नहीं था कि how you can follow your dream to become. Nobody even knew that I had a dream to go to Air Force. तो एक तो मेरी गलती थी कि I did not share my dream, and then other thing is nobody was there to guide me to how to become a pilot. So aviation is my passion. और मैंने एविएशन इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन की, यू कैन नॉट बिलीव कि मेरा रेस्टोरेंट था उस वक्त. आई वाज इन अ totally different field. It's like comparing moon to the sun. It was like that. लेकिन when I had the opportunity to found the opportunity to work here in Airbus, I was like, man, that's one of my dream thing, because I was always interested in planes, and Airbus is the biggest manufacturer of planes. So that's the reason I joined Airbus aviation industry. Or mera experience isliye kaam aaya because I was very good at service delivery. That's what I learned. That's what I practiced, service delivery at external and personal levels. और एविएशन इंडस्ट्री का फ्यूचर, अगर तो लोगों ने ट्रैवल करना है, then aviation industry is going nowhere. It's gonna come back stronger. आप बिलीव नहीं करेंगे कि कोविड से पहले दुनिया में ये बहस चल रही थी कि दुनिया में पायलट्स कम हो जाएंगे. तो हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रही थी कि हम लोग कैसे वो प्लेन बनाएं जो सिर्फ एक पायलट चला सके, एक पायलट हैंडल कर सके. कैन यू बिलीव दैट? इतनी इंडस्ट्री आगे जा रही थी कि उनके पास कि उन्होंने फोरकास्ट किया था कि फ्यूचर में पायलट्स ही नहीं होंगे, जहाज होंगे लेकिन पायलट्स नहीं होंगे, फ्लाइंग कस्टमर्स होंगे लेकिन उनको चलाने वाले पायलट्स नहीं होंगे. तो दैट्स व्हाई दे वर वर्किंग on the planes which can be handled or flown by one person. So अगर तो लोगों ने ट्रैवल करना है, और जो दुनिया अभी है, आई डोंट थिंक सो कि लोग अभी ट्रैवल को भूलेंगे, क्योंकि एविएशन इंडस्ट्री इज कमिंग बैक. इट्स गोना हिट, इट्स एट द बॉटम लेवल राइट नाउ. इट हैपेंड बिफोर, लेकिन दे ऑलवेज कम बैक, क्योंकि लोगों को ट्रैवल करना है, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह सामान भी जाना है, लोगों ने भी जाना है. और आजकल की दुनिया, टुडेज ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड, एयर ट्रैवल इज, you will definitely find new products new products for air travel, but aviation industry is not going anywhere. It's bound to come back. And the good thing about these organizations, because they work on continuous improvement. They not only depend on the aviation industry as a travel aviation industry, but they also paying more attention to the space industry. So that's part of aviation as well, because you have to go to space. So that's it's not going anywhere. Don't worry about that. And inshallah, we will have this organization, these kind of organization in future too.
So we don't have any other questions. I would like to thank Zishan Saab for his time for our students. Basically, let me tell you all that Zishan Saab was very willing and excited to talk to you guys because he wants to contribute back to Pakistan and our students as well. We have got acquaintance and affiliation from our childhood. We've been together. We are still in touch. We are going to be in touch, and inshallah ta'ala, whenever Zishan Saab would be here, we are going to conduct a face-to-face session if this COVID situation would be gone off. I would like to thank all of you for being such a nice audience, and I would like to thank everyone who questioned. It added on to the, you can say, cognitive skills of the participants. And I would be thanking Mr. Zishan Tanveer for sparing some time for us. And we would be having him again and again, inshallah, for more sessions relevant to service delivery. And in addition to that, Mr. Zishan Tanveer has got a very, very emotional and sound understanding of patriotism. And you can say he can really motivate you towards your national culture and your national spirit and national heritage. Thank you, Zishan Sab. Thank you very much. If you would like to say something.
Yeah, sure. Just to add to Mubashir's comment that yes, we have known each other since childhood, and we both had different paths. So one example is here. Here is this situation, right? Give you another example that everybody has. Everybody has a different path to follow, and the path you follow, you make sure that you go to your destination. You don't roam around. Dr. Mubashir, he had path to be a doctor, and he's a doctor right now. And I'm so proud of him, and I thank him for providing me this opportunity to discuss and interact with you. And he's right about my passion, and that is really my passion. And the second, and in the end, I would only say Ramzan Mubarak to you. Please try to make your connection stronger with Allah Ta'ala. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.